Upon further reflection, what makes the Tank Davis Lamont Roach officiating and scorecards even more egregious was the fact that the officials got it right for the previous two fights, the co-main event and the fight underneath that. Now, while we were doing our live, I think I might have expressed concern as to whether the judges would get it right for those two previous fights. But in fact, they did. Gary Antoine Russell was awarded the decision, and the fellow who fought Sandor Martin was also awarded the decision, and rightfully so. That indicates to me that the judges were willing to be fair and they knew how to actually score a close boxing fight. Now, in the case of Tank versus Roach, bear in mind that even though the referee did not call that a knockdown, the judges still have the right to award a 10-8 round. I've seen more than one occasion where this has happened. And I'm also positive this is allowed in New York State because I did witness, I believe it was a heavyweight fight between John Ruiz and James Toney. I saw that fight live, and there was a round that was scored 10-8, even though there was no knockdown. So that's allowed by the New York State Athletic Commission. That means the judges could have still scored that round, a 10-8 round, but they chose not to, even though they showed competence for the previous two fights. Now, was it a completely different set of judges for Roach versus Davis? I do not know. But my point there being, the entire New York State Athletic Commission officials are not 100% completely incompetent, because clearly they had two competent teams for the two previous fights. So I'll let you draw your own conclusion as to why the scorecards and the officiating went the way it went with Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. I'll also let you connect the dots onto why it was Tank's call to have the fight in New York in the first place, and secondly, immediately in the ring after that fight, he called for the rematch to also take place in New York City. Not his hometown of Baltimore, not in Lamont Roach's hometown, but in New York City. Go figure.